So I'm out here west of Phoenix, off of the 74, and I'm looking for the Amber claim. From what I understood, it was about 3.4 miles off Castle Hot Springs, and we are on Castle Hot Springs right now. I guess if I don't find the claim, I can do a little roadside digging in some of these gulches. I see no mining claim signage, nothing of that nature. And there's some good looking material down in these little side creeks. The other thing I can do is in North Phoenix, the Winifred mining district. That's where I had planned to go today, and I decided to run out here, but I would have time to go in there. And I know that they did pretty well in there, mostly with lode mines, but some people did well with placer, and I've read some old desert magazines from the late 30s that, you know, made mention of that, and actually ran an article on a couple that were out there just placer mining and making a living off it. Well, I'm still looking for the for the Amber claim, and but this area, you know, I might take one of those road. I drove up this wash right here. It's a wash slash road. However, I mean, I'm finding some artifacts. Like there's a couple of metallese. Actually, I think I'm gonna pick those up because they're kind of cool. And you can see the usual. What you've got is a lot of, you know, really broken down iron. People have been digging in here, God almighty. So someone else does the roadside thing. Not a bad idea. I mean, there can be a lot of gold out here. I found some very fine gold on French, Cow Creek, and actually some bigger pieces. And I mean, they're located in a completely different area. But I was almost thinking of grabbing a couple of samples here. Someone else has been doing that. But if this thing was flooding and raging, the gold could even end up, you know, literally on top of the rocks. Even in some of these little spots like this, because I've found it up there before. This looks like it's been sitting for a while. Yeah, yeah, maybe get the, I don't know. It's pretty easy to get into. I haven't been there that long. I don't know, I might grab something here. I saw a sign that said APA claim ahead, and I saw where the first marker was, so I'm not on that claim at this time. I don't want to do anything like that. I think I know who those people are. I'll have to look them up, but I don't know. If not, we're gonna do something different. So my plan is I'm just gonna do some very small samples. I'm gonna break this material up. There's areas where I can use a small pry bar. I'm just gonna remove as much as I can, adhering to the rocks, and just see if anything came down here. If there was anything, it'll be fines that'll end up here in all likelihood. So you can really pop this stuff open. So that's what I'm going to do. Another thing, you know, I'm always looking for ruins of any variety, anything. This is intriguing. Definitely structure was here. And you can see this right here. There's some really, just some really neat stuff. You can see all the pyrite in this stone here. And you can see all this other material. Really nice looking stuff. Super mineralized. We've got all this busted up iron. This rock has been broken up pretty well. Yeah, it's nice looking stuff if you're, you know, out prospecting. So anyways, I thought I'd pick up a few rocks, stop by here and have a look. I just like all the quartz running through this. But then I found a couple of rocks that have a little bit of copper coloring in them. And I always like that. You can just throw them in the garden. They're really cool. This one has a pretty fair amount. I mean, they're not spectacular, but I like everything that's mineralized. And I really like copper. It's super cool. All right, so I've grabbed a few samples, and we are way up on Cow Creek Road right now. But it's kind of neat because you can see that there's some ruins here, and I'm not going to mess with anyone's stuff because there's like private property sign there, but you should be able to see there's an abandoned home here. There's a wall, there's a rock wall. And there look like there's some foundation pieces there, some block. And then up on the hill here, you get a pretty cool view of an old home with an old tin roof. So it's really kind of neat. And I've taken a few samples. We'll have to pan them out. I don't know if there's anything there. Now there's this row of trees planted here, which is really interesting. And then if you look over there, you can see a foundation. And I think we can go over and have a look over there. So it's kind of cool. You're out really in the middle of nowhere, and you've got this little tree-lined section with old desert pines. And then, so we'll go look at this foundation. Okay, so we're down here and we've got an old foundation. It's breaking up. It's been here for some time along the road. You can see the perimeter probably of a walkway. I'm not certain. It could have been a plant area, a bedding area, but it goes out towards the road, and so I'm guessing it's to a walkway. You can see that there's some buildup of rocks here, kind of to hold this soil back, it looks like. Just beautiful country. The people that lived out here must have really enjoyed the quiet, and it's gorgeous. It really is a pretty place up here. All right, so I have a little makeshift panning station here, and we'll see if we get anything. And yeah, I brought 10 gallons of water out here, so I got this little tiny unit. Not a lot of black sand, but you know what, that doesn't matter, because out near Cave Creek, one day when I hiked in there, I found some gold, and it was what's that piece of gold right there? Oh my God! I kid you not, there's like a bunch of fine, I don't know if you can see this, but there is a bunch of fine gold in that, wow! I'm not surprised, but I am. Okay, and that's when, this is from where, let me see, God, I wonder if you guys can see that. God. You know, shucks, I'm gonna go grab a snuffer bottle. All right, let me see if I can get a view out of this, because this is interesting to me. Wow, I'll be darned. God, let me see now, I don't know if you can see, if you look in the upper of this pan, you can see a little faint line, and it's flour gold, tiny, tiny pieces. I am totally freaking blown away by this. It's really a pleasant surprise. I mean, it's not going to weigh anything really, well, nothing significant unless you get quite a lot, but it's there. It's really cool because I like this I think I like the spontaneity of making a video because I thought we might find some gold, but I wasn't counting on it. Especially when I couldn't find the amber claim, and I was kind of, well, that was a good decision by me because you guys saw where I dug, by the way. And the top, I got 3 spots, but this is the top part because I put some plastic over it. Oh my goodness, that's actually really exciting. So that means if I was to go out there, I hope there's something bigger, but that means if I was to go out there, if I worked really hard, if I can move enough material, there's probably like flower gold in there, and that would be fantastic. I wouldn't mind getting a bunch of fine gold. I mean, it wasn't this fine, but the gold I got on the Arkansas was really fine, that's for sure, and it would have made me crazy. I probably could have panned it, but it would have taken days, and I would have went a little nutty, I think. A little bit of losing my mind. God darn it. Yes. There is like really fine gold there. That was a really good decision. I hope I can get enough to where you can like clearly see it. That's exciting as all hell. It's fantastic. I mean, it's not about, I mean, if we find a nugget, I feel, pretty darn lucky. I mean, if you find something you can pick up and hold in your hand. And I mean, I have probably found, I don't know, probably 100 easy that I could pick up. But, yeah, I had no expectations for this, for these 3 spots and this sampling. Yeah, this is boring. You know what? All right, I guess, well, I'll just leave this on, heck. That's exciting. So I've got that coming up, and I'm excited to pan it. The other thing I've done is, what the hell? Oh my, holy all kinds of really freaking wild words. Not only is there fine gold, but apparently I got a picker, a substantial small nugget, and holy crap, there it is. And it's just big and weird looking. It's kind of dull. In fact, I don't know, it's a strange looking piece of gold. But it is gold. Oh my, well, this turned out a hell of a lot better than I thought, because we got ourselves what I would call a small nugget. Oh God, something else was staying in the pan. I know that damn bedrock. A couple of times out near Lynx, I've been walking along bedrock, and actually caught some bakers. Yeah, twice. I didn't get that along this piece of ground along, oh my God. I didn't get that piece. I got it from the west side, the first road that we were on, because we're above Lake Pleasant right now, and we're on like the eastern Lake Pleasant. Where I was west, Castle Creek Road. And this road I'm on now is Cow Creek, and Cow Creek does have some good gold. We just need some water down there. I think I've calmed down. I am beside myself. I thought there was a possibility for some fine gold and flour, but I didn't think I'd see the amount of fine gold that I saw. And the other thing, I sure in holy hell did not think that I would see a nug.